Okay, the guy wanted me to look at Lexicon, so let's look at Lexicon. Lexicon's a drug company. $1.73. With Godel, I can make this as like big as I want. So like if I want to just get one flat screen for one stock or one crypto, I just like put it on one flat screen and be like, this is my real time price thing I care about the most. Um, all right, so let's look at Lexicon. Sorry, I'm just going by the Godel subscribers because they pay me money. Paid Pumper, another good investor. You can be anonymous on Godel. Paid Pumper is a joke. On the Wall Street, not Wall Street Bets, but way before Wall Street Bets, the Yahoo message board culture used to tell people that they were paid pumpers or paid dumpers and or paid bashers. Um, and it's just like this retarded idea that like some hedge fund is paying some guy to sit there and like talk shit on Yahoo message boards. Or like imagine a room of these people sitting there talking shit about a stock, like getting paid. I think they're going to go to jail. I think they're going to miss earnings. You know, and then paid pumpers are like, this stock's going to the moon. I love it, and they're working for somebody who's going to dump the stock. Pumpers and bashers, you're one or the other. United Therapeutics, man, one of the greatest companies ever. You can't deny that. Martine Rothblatt, the one big trans CEO, there aren't too many. She's done amazing now. I gotta give it to her. I was a doubter, I was a hater, I was a skeptic. I was right about some things, she was wrong on some things. But in general, great CEO. Martine used to be Martin. I don't really care about that. I don't talk to Brent, no. A lot of people don't talk to Brent anymore. I thought Brent was my friend. But the second I became unpopular, meow. It's cool. I don't need friends. I just get money. You need a friend, get a dog. I'm that guy, alright? I'm that goddamn guy. I'm him. I'm Himothy. I don't need friends because I could just sit, smoke a blunt, go on PubMed or go on SEC.gov, sit in a room for 8 hours, weed smoke everywhere, just me and my cat. She gets high too. And I got a $1 billion idea. That's what I do. Not many people can do that. Palmer Luckey can do that. Elon Musk can do that. Sam Altman can do that. Who else? Who else? Not many. Not many. So what? I don't smoke weed. I'm just giving you a metaphor. It's just a metaphor, all right? Okay, so this is Lexicon, Hotbox the Room. My cat is my best friend, okay? What do you mean RIP Sci-Hub? Sci-Hub still works. Okay, Lexicon. The hell? Okay. Inpefa, also known as Inpufa. Zynquista. Okay, so they have 2 drugs. Sotagliflozin, isn't that already approved? No, that is their drug. Why do I think soda? Who else had soda? Somebody else had soda at some point. Maybe Sanofi or somebody. Mike Exton, CEO. I'm just checking YouTube chat. Okay. I don't know oil and gas, man. I gotta find a good oil and gas person. Maybe somebody that can teach me the space, but you know, I know biopharma. I know software. But I really know biopharma. Software I'm still learning. I'm running a software company. And I followed the software space on and off when I was in hedge funds. Yeah, we have a Discord. We have a Martin Shkreli Discord and we have a Godel Discord. Vivek, I think he had to like get in front of his political career, and I don't think that has anything against me, and vice versa. But you know, if you notice, he's been pretty like on point as a politician, and it's been a little. I hate to say this, but he says what the people wants to hear. Maybe I'll just put it that way. Which is fine, you know? That's his job. He praised me in the book, but he also said some not so nice things in the book. It's fine, man. He's got to do what he's got to do to be a politician, and I respect that, you know? Now, if he said some shit to me like that to my face, I might got to check him. Some people need to get checked. Let's see here. So this is an ACLS5 inhibitor. I've never heard of that, actually. Now, what's LX9211? AP, oh, this is another cool target, AAK1. I always like new targets, man, you know, like, at least they're trying stuff. I think these are just SGLT2s. Maurice. Real old school people know Maurice. Maurice doing all right. Maurice did a little bid. Common in his line of work. So it's the same drug, just 2 different indications. I guess it was type 1. This I forgot this is the sotagliflozin like drama. I kind of starting to remember it now. Okay, so Lexicon, $2 a share, 361 million shares, 600 million market cap, kind of a small cap company, not too small, but small. I don't know who Ken Carson is, sorry. Cash 310, debt 99, so enterprise value a little lower than that, than 600, it's 400. They put $2 billion into this company. This was like a genomics darling way back when. And now, yeah, $2 billion later, it's worth 400. Is what it is. Can't go back. Some cost. So soda can't be worth anything, right? This is what happens when you try to sell a drug like this on your own. Like the other SGLT2s are selling really well. So you just need a big pharma or something to put real money behind the product. $2 million in revenue. I mean, look, it's not worth nothing, I guess, but they put 40 million in sales to get 2 million in revenue. It's kind of rough. Looking a little rough there. So what's 2 million in quarterly revenue worth? I don't know, 8 a year, maybe 10 a year. Is that worth 5 times sales? It's really not worth much either way. The main value here would probably be in that pipeline. But maybe they'll relaunch soda. Can they get it to like 20 million or something? I don't know. And it's an old drug, right? At this point, like the patent's gonna expire. To check that, we got to look at the FDA Orange Book. So here it is. Sotagliflozin. Well, that's in FAPA, but whatever. Yeah, look at the patent expiry. Freaking 4 years from now. Garbage. It's trash. Monkey trash. That's what I call that. We're adding overseas stocks on Godel very rapidly. So Canada goes live this week, and once we get Canada right, I think we're gonna just like add London, Japan, etc. very quickly. But we want to make sure we get Canada right, and then from there we're just gonna blast through every international. Then we'll do futures and stuff like that. We have options, but we need to tidy it up. Options kind of suck right now. But you know, everyone uses it for a different thing. If you use it because you know the SEC messed up their company filings page, that's great. If you use it because you just want one zoomed in stock on your screen all day, that's great. And you can use it for free too, so or you can subscribe. But one cool thing about Godel is if you subscribe, you lock in that price for the rest of your life, and you can lock in a cool username. And we are raising the price. So as we get to Bloomberg, we'll always be cheaper than Bloomberg, but as our functionality approaches Bloomberg, their price is like $3,000 a month. So our price will go up too. Right now it's only $40 a month, which is really a low price. But you lock in the price for the rest of your life, and you can sell your account when you're done, when you decide you want to, or you can keep it, whatever you want. All right, so I think this drug is worth nothing. Sotagliflozin, like, it's a call option. Maybe they can like get something going on type 1. Like that can't be worth much. It really just, I hate to write it off because, you know, you don't want to write anything off in life. You always want to have like some kind of like optionality. What inspired me to start Godel? Well, basically financial information, there's two types of financial information software. There's the shit tier for everyone, Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, etc. And there's the pro tier. There's really nothing in between, to be honest. The pro tier is Bloomberg or Refinitiv. And there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't take the pro tier and give it to everyone. It's just been like this weird thing where it's like, I want as much price as possible. I didn't go to the penitentiary, by the way. Yeah, DL will probably make some acquisitions. We made a few offers. But like, so down here, the functionality is low. I guess we'd call this function, and we call this price. The functionality is low, and up here,
This is Bloomberg, this is Refinitiv, stuff like that. And you basically can draw like a linear relationship. This is Yahoo Finance, etc. Everyone who's tried to be like here, the problem is they think they're here, and in reality, they're sort of like here. They're less useful than they think. And the goal is to kind of do it like this, where you're here. And the problem is, and this is like where we kind of aspire to be, more or less same functionality as Bloomberg, but much lower price. Do I have this backwards? I think I have this backwards. Let's do price here. No. Yeah, and function here. So yeah, much lower price, but close to the same function. Yeah. Anyway, TradingView is kind of like TradingView is as if you took this chart, this thing, and it's up here, obviously. Well, it's actually kind of up here. It's very good function and very reasonable price. But the problem is it does one thing. It's just really just charting. And I know they try to do other things, but the thing it's S tier at or really good at is charting. And Bloomberg is more, yeah, I would argue is even better on charting, arguably. Some people would say not. And then price is obviously astronomic. So how do you get to, and you can't satisfy everyone. And then there's new things we could do that haven't been done before. So there's a lot to talk about. Basically, I love programming, and sometimes I feel like I can create some cool tools. Again, the simplest thing is if there's one stock in my quote monitor that's really important, like Antilia, that I'm long 1 million shares of, I'm looking at these stocks, I don't care as much, but there's one stock I really care about. I just want to have it on my screen like this. What's the problem? Time and sales is something a lot of these platforms don't have, Yahoo Finance doesn't have time and sales. So if I want to look at a specific stock and say, okay, what trade happened at what time exactly, I can do that here. And in fact, I even have the millisecond of the trade time, which, as far as I know, not a single platform in the world offers. And we try to show you that we really know what we're doing. That's why if you look at the milliseconds latency, you can see it updates 4 or 5 times a second for a widely traded stock like Apple. It's going ham. Because that's what is really happening. But if you do the Google price, or just Google Apple stock, it actually doesn't change, which is retarded, because it's fucking trading like crazy, right? And the price isn't always changing. The price is changing faster than this, obviously. The price is changing every second or less. But the trades are happening many, many times a second. And Google just doesn't want to fucking show you any of that, because Google doesn't give a fuck. So anyway, that's... oh yeah, I haven't turned on the audio. This is a funny feature. I personally don't love this feature, but some people love it. But you'll hear it in a second. It's a little bit retarded and it's a little bit cool. It actually uses our AI software a little, which is funny. So we're just waiting for a press release to hit, and you'll hear it get spoken. US Mail 1, of course. All right, so I'm going to look into these mechanisms on PubMed, because that's how you research drugs. So AAK1. Not too many results. Let's see AAK1 in general. Yeah, really not too many results here, which is interesting to me because it's not a well-known, maybe not a well-known mechanism. This is cool. Thank you for asking me to look at this stock. I like it when I look at stocks where I can actually add value and they're really interesting. This is... Any given molecule can be worth 0 to 10 billion or $20 billion. That's what's cool about biopharma. And you don't know which is which. when Pharmaceuticals was coming out, it was trading for like 20 million market cap, and it got to 20 billion. You know, it wasn't quite 1,000x, but it was something like that. And all you have to do is look. I don't know if Lexicon's going to be like that. Probably not. But to me, there's a small joy in just looking at every new stock. It's like every time.
And Jim awards Nano 1 and Whirly $2, 8 million.
Is that Sam Altman? I think that's Sam Altman. One of these is Warren Buffett. So yeah, it reads out the news, so you don't have to stare at the news, I guess. I don't know. I personally don't care for that feature, but some people love it, and that's cool. You know, I'm also not trading left and right every 2 seconds. Gotta watch your tone, U.S. Mail 1, before I whoop that ass. I don't know if I'm better than Ackman. He's pretty good. But at Biopharma, I am. I'll say that. I'm definitely better than at Biopharma. Okay, so adapter-associated kinase. That's what we're talking about here. Adapter-associated kinase. I'm going to show off my biochemistry knowledge here. Let's take a look. What I like to start with is like, what is this molecule? What the fuck does it do in the first place? Right? I don't even want to know about the drug side yet. Where did it come from? How does it work? Etc. And I'm going to sort by publication date. We go to all the way to the back. Yeah, we start from there. Okay, so it started in 2022. I know, 2002, which is 20-something years ago. In J-Cell Biology, which is a decent journal. These are some Göttingen, great university in Germany. Probably the best German university. Okay, during endocytosis, there's different types of endocytosis. So receptor-mediated endocytosis, which is when a receptor internalizes into the cell. I think there's clathrin and a few other proteins involved in that. AP2 complexes act as a bridge between the cargo membrane proteins. There it is. The clathrin coats. See, Shkreli knows something. I remember something. By binding to sorting signals, there's like sortin proteins too, if I recall correctly, via the mu2 subunit and to clathrin via the beta subunit. Okay, so it's a complex and it's got 2 subunits, and it grabs one with one hand and it grabs the other with the other hand. Okay, phosphorylation of the mu2 subunit enhances the binding affinity of AP2 for sorting motifs as much as 25-fold. So if you phosphorylate mu2, it will bind the sorting motifs, like I guess like ubiquitin type motifs. The recognition of sorting signals was not affected by phosphorylation of alpha or beta, so you got to phosphorylate mu2. That happens at 1 amino acid, threonine 156, the 156th amino acid in the chain, before it folds into its 3D shape, and is mediated by the newly discovered AAK1, adapter-associated kinase 1, which co-purifies with AP2. Okay, so this AAK1 phosphorylates, which is what a kinase is, phosphorylates its target AP2. So if we stop that, aren't we going to kill the person? You need to... I sound like Hillary Clinton. Ha 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 ha! Cackling. The reason I say that is not because I'm Hillary Clinton, but if you have this fundamental, like, receptor-mediated endocytosis, pretty fundamental stuff, and if you reduce that, I would imagine you're going to cause all kinds of side effects. So I'm just thinking out loud on that. Hey, can't we just drone the protein? Good idea. I guess that's what we're doing. Okay, so that's interesting. A little skeptical. This target seems to be too hot. But let's keep going.
There's only 150 papers. Huh. I wish I knew these. Huh. Wow, that's really interesting. It could be an Alzheimer's drug. Well, I guess. Yeah, maybe it'd accelerate Alzheimer's, actually.
FRZA stock alert. Halper Sega LLC is investigating whether the sale of Forza X1 Inc. is fair to shareholders.
I think that's Jordan Peterson? No, that's not Jordan Peterson. Maybe one of these guys is. We'll see who the next guy is. So you could have your favorite celebrity read out your news. Let's keep looking. Yeah, I don't like this mechanism. Seems very weird. Is this supposed to be the pain one? Yes, this okay. That's better than obesity. Obesity would be a little fucked. Maybe for pain it's worth it. We'll see. This is super interesting biology, I'll say that. Okay, so there's a lot of splice variants too. So maybe there's a way to just like get it perfect. Nerve terminals. Okay, now we're talking. Including. So if the nerve terminals use AAK1 to do endocytosis of pain molecules like CGRP, possible. It's very tough to do pain. Pain is a very, very tough space to develop new drugs for a number of reasons. Man, I miss this stuff. I love biology. Parkinson's. See, I'd want to upregulate this kinase in a lot of ways to like clean up cellular debris. Vertex has a pain drug. It's gonna do really well. Oh man, I don't care about macro because I try to like just hedge that stuff out. Yeah, this looks like an Alzheimer's pathway that could be really interesting. Oh yeah, I should write down which stock I'm working on so you guys can see. It's cool. It's like it's a very interesting protein that seems important, and nobody's drugged it yet. Dysfunction of AAK and ALS. Huh. Again, I don't know why I'd want to inhibit this protein. I want it to work better. Could be result. It could have some cognitive impairment. Oh, here we go with the what do you call them? Nootropics. I don't believe in nootropics. I don't contend that it's impossible. I contend there's no known nootropics. CRISPR could definitely be used for Alzheimer's. Okay, who did this study? Sometimes it's interesting to see who is doing the work, if it's a drug company or not. Yes, sir. Bristol Myers Squibb. I've heard of them.
Jeffersonville Bancorp announces second quarter earnings of $3.031000 or $0, 72 per share, and year-to-date earnings of $5.584 or $1, 32 per share. It declares dividend of $0, 15.
I think I'm going to adjust how it does those numbers so it reads them out a little more accurately. It's just a cleaning function I have to write. Okay, so Bristol did some work on this indication in 2017, which tells you something. Yeah, the DJT fiasco, man. I can't believe Barron and his buddy or buddies would do that. Do that to me and all these people. Sucks, man. A lot of people lost a lot of money on that. Thanks, Lord Farquaad. Yeah, we set it up right. We talked to all the right people. The problem is the guy got cold feet. And I think if he got cold feet, it's okay. But then taking the money out of it? Come on, bro. That's like that little, what is it, the Rick Ross song? Where he's disappointed in Birdman. Born Stunner, I believe. No, that's not it. Idols become rivals. Well, there's a music video? Are we taking a break?
Today, not tomorrow, not next
We taking a break to watch this Rick Ross.
week. You will donate to support our movement.
This bitch.
Because the truth is, time is running out. We're in the final lap of this race, and election day will be here before you and I know it.
This bitch.
So I need you to act now so your donation can have the greatest impact. The stakes in this election cannot be higher, and we cannot throw up our hands when we must roll up our sleeves. Let's get to work.
Hell no. I'm not chipping in. Fuck out of here. No. Give me the Ross. Give me the Rosé. We gotta take a break, man. Sometimes you need to take a break. Rick Ross pretty good, I gotta say. I've always liked his music, to be honest. I need a haircut. All right, so I'm looking at a protein called AAK1, which is adaptor-associated kinase 1, which phosphorylates a subunit of clathrin endocytosis pathway. This is thought to be a potential drug for diabetic neuropathic pain, which is a really big kind of potential area. Bristol Myers, I'm going to note here. gonna note here that Bristol Myers did this work. This is multi-million-dollar work. You don't just do this for fun. Oh, we have demonstrated that AAK inhibitors are efficacious in rodent models of neuropathic pain. So that's Bristol Myers. Binding with the highest density in the cortex, hippocampus, amygdala, striatum, and thalamus. I would still think like you're gonna cause bad side effects here, but you need endocytosis. Like you're gonna cause Alzheimer's, right? No, rodent models are useful, and I don't doubt you can't stop all endocytosis and say, okay, that's a pain drug. I guess if you're a patient suffering from neuropathic pain, you might say, fuck it. It's a pretty tough disease because the opioids and stuff like that don't really work for neuropathic pain. Okay, here's the JPET. So they did JPET. JPET's like my favorite journal. If you want to really make money in pharma, you got to read JPET. Trying to get real breaded up, Rick Ross money, Jay-Z money, got to read this. Not this paper specifically, but this journal. Let me even give you the link. I'm giving you money in your pocket right now, bro. You don't even know. See, do I know this guy Albright? He was the lab director. Name rings such a bell. Let me see, man. I think I know this fucking guy. Okay, he was also a serial killer, evidently. That's gotta suck when you do. Okay, he's doing AAVs. Now, did I ever meet this guy? I don't think so. Oh, he was at Editas. That makes more sense. Nanocell. Kind of a terrible name. Okay, he's just on the scientific advisory board. So he's still with Editas? Nope, Affinia. Okay. Is Affinia public? I don't think so. $110 million in 2021. So they're probably due up for some more cash. Oh, Sean Nolan's involved. I like that. Founded in 2019. Cool. I'll look into that a little bit more. But got to read this paper too. This is cool stuff, man. Lexicon. I haven't dived into a drug like this deep in a long time. I like that this protein is called NUM. This other protein. It's kind of curious what that means. Yeah, I would think AAK1, if it's the brain clathrin-mediated endocytosis pathway, like you got ALS, you got probably depression, certainly Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, maybe depression, like there's a bunch of stuff that I'd be very careful there. Who mentioned it in the Wall Street Journal today?
I doubt that was mentioned in the Wall Street Journal. But I'm such a egomaniac that I want to see what that says. I was an escort for the 1%. It's not what you think. All right, listen. I hate to tell you this. I gotta log in. I think I have a Wall Street Journal login. Oh no, I am logged in. Okay, I gotta subscribe today. I hate to tell you this, lady. You're an escort for the 1%? Listen. One percent of what? 1% of who? So where's the article? Where's the article? I don't think. I think you're lying. Let's see, politics. Orion, there you go. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah. I don't know. I think the guy's just fucking around. I typed in Shkreli and 47,000 hits, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, no articles have been found. That's better. I like that better. I'm sure some dudes want to be dominated by women, not me. Shit. Well, fuck out of here. Okay, we're continuing to look at AAK1. I want to look at the human data now. There's the Alzheimer's that I predicted. Schizophrenia, Parkinson's, ACS MedCam letters. This is probably one of those like little editorials, yeah. Okay, we're almost done. Rabies virus entry. That makes sense. Clathrin-mediated endocytosis of viruses, things like that. I think it happens in HIV too. Okay, so here's a chemistry paper, JMedChem. That's the second journal you got to read. You're trying to get this money. This is some Belgians. Oh, you can go buy this drug. See, that's what I would do. I would ring them up. I'd say, listen, Steven de Jonge. This guy probably speaks French or some shit. I got the name right? Jonge. There we go. Oh, this is a good university too. KU Leuven. Call this guy up, or his tech transfer office, and say, listen, I'm going to give you 100 G's. All right? You're going to give me that drug. All right? I'm going to do some experiments. Okay? Then I'm going to go public. Then I'm going to cash out my stock. That's easy 10 mil. Listen to your boy. Easy 10 mil. Easy 10 mil. I don't have 100,000? My man. My man, I wake up in the morning, 100K hits me in the face. It's like, what the fuck is that? Get off me. So that's how Vivek and I did well. If another company is doing well with a drug, you can buy a drug just like that and just kind of be neck and neck, right? So if this ends up becoming a multi-billion-dollar pain drug, the Lexicon drug, yeah, Lexicon stock will go up 100x, right? But living in Section 8, I don't know about you, man. My place lit. You can see the whole city from here. Fuck you talking about? Let me hit the remote for some light. Yeah. I can see your crib from here. Look down on your ass. That's too much. That's too much. So anyway, Lexicon stock might go up 100x, but your company that you spent 100K on can literally go up 10,000x. And you could, that 100K you can raise from investors. You don't even need to put up your own money. So the trials will cost money. You have to raise more money for that. But the point is, if you can make it to the IPO, which I think you could, you can probably cash out of your stock. And if the drug works, forget it. You're a billionaire. You know, I'm not sure the drug's going to work. That's another story. But someone's going to bet that the drug might work. So think that through. That's what entrepreneurship in the drug industry is all about. I doubt there'll be good cancer drugs, but it's possible. All right, let me finish this analysis up. LRP6, LRP6. See, I have to know all these proteins like the back of my hand. Nobody knows them all. Except for me. Except for me. So a bunch of these viruses do require endocytosis. The viruses have evolved to abuse entry systems that cells have. There are a bunch of different entry systems, but endocytosis is one of the major ones, right? And pinocytosis would be another. Phagocytosis. There's only a couple ways to get in a cell, passive entry, but you have to use a receptor. So HIV uses CCR5, CCR4, but even those receptors, like as rich as there are, like COVID uses ACE2, all those receptors still use the same proteins, like clathrin and others, to get stuff in. But again, this is also a fundamental human function of cellular machinery. And so to cut that off is not, I'm not sure it's a great idea. But that's why I want to look at the JPET paper and see what the toxicology looked like. Obviously, they got into human trials somehow, so. But this is just a small taste of the kind of research you would have to do before you do approach that university and say, I got 100K, I'm going to give you 5% of the upside. All right, I'm going to start a company around this molecule.
Put your boy in the game. Let me do something. Looks like another group looking at this. Didn't do like, there's a guy here as well at a company. UNC, University of North Carolina. Doesn't look like they did sophisticated chemistry, but medicinal chemistry at least. See this other protein, bike, mentioned a lot. Bike and num with AAK1. Looks like a serious chemistry screen here, done by some other Germans at Tübingen. It's more of a proof of concept than a serious effort. Here's a serious effort. Aryl inhibitors. This could be Lexicon. No, more Bristol-Myers guys. Oh, wait. Lexicon. There's one Lexicon guy and a million Bristol-Myers guys. See, I wonder if Bristol advanced into the clinic. You know, I made a lot of money buying an old Bristol-Myers drug and putting it in FDA trials. It actually got FDA approval. Yeah, the Vertex drug probably will be the best. But remember, neuropathic pain is a little different from pain in general. So there's genetic evidence that this gene and protein are associated with pain. Then there's medicinal chemistry evidence. It's pretty good. It's not bad. The human evidence is the final one. I mean, if you inhibit endocytosis, can you still survive? Maybe. You're basically like telling all your cells, stop taking in the garbage, all right? Just leave the garbage in the bloodstream. Here's an miRNA that works on AAK1. Okay, more AAK1s. These are centrally penetrating, so they have to be lipophilic enough to get into the brain. And again, Bristol-Myers guys. Preclinical toxicity. I knew it! Now, what is that tox? Tox no good. I mean, most drugs at the right dose should have some toxicity, right? Thanks, Frank, for trying to look into this closely. Here's another. Okay, this is the same group. Oh, okay. So this is. Oh, okay. So this is the Lexicon drug. We now know this is the Lexicon drug. Bristol did work with Lexicon on this. And I'm guessing Bristol let Lexicon keep it, but maybe not. Okay, so we got to read these papers quick. Acceptable preclinical toxicity profile. Phase 1 had good PK and no adverse events. This is Relief DPN1. I want to see those results ASAP. This is a website called clinicaltrials.gov. Highly recommend you get used to this website.
11 weeks. Study finished. 309 patients. 19 patients. All right, let's look at the Lexicon press releases. I do have to work. I stayed home from work for a little bit today just to do this stream for you guys. Show you some real pro moves. I hope you learned something on how to be a pro. When you're a pro like this, you put it all on the line, man. You go for the W. Listen to some rap music. Okay, so this thing got published. Man, if this man just gives me a massive W on stream, man, I'll kiss your feet. This man might have given me a W. Where's that man at? I think I minimized him. I got some questions for him. After this, he might be Himothy, not me. Yorgo Vasilou. Where did you find this one? AI stuff, AI stuff. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait a second. Huh. Okay. Huh. Oh, this shit might be a winner, man. This shit might be a winner. We about to be rich, boys. Nobody owns it too. I love that. Millennium sold out a little bit, but basically nobody's in this fucking stock. Who's Artal Group? Oh, maybe they invested in this. Ah, Saudi Arabia. Inshallah. Inshallah, we bought half the company. Artal Capital.
Mashallah. Habibi. Okay. So low dose minus 1.39 versus 0.72. High dose minus 1.27 versus 0.72. So there's this flat dose response curve. So basically, high dose, low dose didn't make a difference. No crazy side effects. ADPS scale. That's the key scale. Let's see. So the mean baseline ADPS mean was 6.6. And it's a scale from 0 to 10. So half a point isn't very much, but interesting. I don't know. It's a pretty weak. If you're in Godel, you can just go to the chat room, general chat, type chat, and hit enter in the terminal. Open the chat, type your stock in there. So ADPS trial. Let's see how that goes. Phase 3 trial of miragablin. So this is in Chinese patients. Here's a different drug. Sometimes you can find good stock ideas by looking at these other drugs. Okay, miragablin, ADPS score. This is like similar drug to pregabalin. Okay, so this drug wasn't. That's interesting. Yeah, this could be a bit long. Let me see if I could find some more trials. Does anybody use this ADPS endpoint? I only see one company. ADPS. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Cardiovascular benefits of apple and apple-derived products. They're not talking about. They're talking about. They're literally talking about apples. Apple juice. What a clinical trial. Listen, I'm going to give you this apple. You're going to eat it. We're going to measure your heart afterwards. Okay, let me try something else. Let me try pregabalin ADPS. ADPS is literally average daily pain score? Okay. Pregabalin didn't even work in this trial. Very interesting. I mean, they should just sell the sotagliflozin stuff and maybe focus on this. Diabetic neuropathic pain is a really big indication. People with diabetes get this nerve pain, and there's no real great way to treat that. I've never heard of this company, AST Space Mobile. Okay.